Hello students. So in this video I will be discussing about the equations of motion that we have to obtain using the graphical method. Before this video you have seen till now how to represent the types of motion on a graph. Different types of motion, like we have actually two types of graph. One was velocity time graph, one was distance time graph. In distance time graph we have learnt how to represent the distance related with the time. In velocity time graph we have learned how to represent velocity with respect to time or related with time. Now one step ahead, we have to prove the equations of motion using graph. Now what are these equations of motion? So these are the equations giving the relation between the different literals which we are taking now. Like you can see on the board, I have written here. First one is V equal to U plus AT. Second one is S equal to UT plus 1 by 2 AT square. Third one is V square minus U square equal to 2AS. Now you may ask, sir, what are these letters representing? So these answers are, so there are five literals that we have to use: U, V, A, S and T. Now as you can see on the right side, there is a graph. See, a graph representing uniformly accelerated motion. As the time is increasing, the speed is also being increased. So at the beginning of the time, what do you see? The motion was being constant. It is not at zero, keep in mind. So it means it will be having some value. Otherwise it would be starting from here. But since it is starting at some height on y-axis or the velocity axis, it means velocity is not being zero. At this moment, when the time is being increased, as you see here, the time is starting to increase now, so the velocity is also being increased and in a proportionate manner. Now you can see here, after reaching the point B, we have calculated it as the final velocity. The point when it is started is known as initial velocity. Now this initial velocity and final velocity has taken some time. So that time we have expressed on time axis by small t. Now we will try to prove the relations or the equations that we have written here. First equation is known as velocity time relation. First one relation is known as velocity time relation. Second one is known as displacement time relation, and third one is known as velocity displacement relation. Here A will be common, and in every equation you can find it. A means acceleration. So let us try to prove them using the graph. I am going to prove the first equation, that is velocity time equation. Velocity time equation. What is this? In this we have to set up a relation between velocity and time. Now before proving this, we will try to calculate or try to find the relations from depicted from the graph. I have written the same notations as written in your NCERT textbook. Now here you can see the slope of the line AB can be found out by taking the ratio of BD with AD. So slope of, now we have to set the relation between the velocity and time. So as you know that the acceleration, see, acceleration is happening from A to B. Up to here there was no change in velocity. So velocity was u till here. But as the time increases here, the velocity also being changed or being increased. So here the change in velocity will happen from the A, or in corresponding with here, change in velocity will happen from D to B, because Up to here the velocity is being constant, correct? So here we will write acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time. So how much change is there? As you can see from the figure, change will be happening from A to B, that is D to B. So what are the velocity at D, U, at B, V? So change will be BD, time OC, BD will be V minus U upon OC means T, and what is here? Acceleration. So this implies A will be equal to V minus U, and T can be written here. So from here V equals U plus AT. This is the first relation. So very soon, very fast, I'm explaining it again. Up to here A, there is constant velocity U, which we have called as initial velocity. From A, the velocity is starting to be accelerated or starting to be increasing with respect to time, means proportionally with time. So as it is increasing and it is reaching to B, that moment we have called the final velocity or velocity as V, small v. So at D, what is the velocity? U. But at B, the velocity is being V. It means the velocity is being changed to U to V. So the difference of the velocity means from U to V, the change that happened, how much time it took. That ratio will be giving us the acceleration term. So acceleration means change in velocity with respect to time. So change in velocity means BD and time OC. So BD upon OC will be equal to V minus U upon T, and acceleration is represented using the letter A. So from there we get V equal to U plus AT. This is the first equation or the velocity time equation or relation also. So this was the first. Let us go for second. Second is position time relation. Position time equation or position time relation. So how we can prove it? Let us see here. So as we know, the distance, I have explained in the previous video that how can we calculate the displacement when we are giving the velocity time graph. So velocity time graph can give the value of displacement when we find the area enclosed within the initial velocity and final velocity. So here you can see from A to B, the velocity is being changed. So the area enclosed from A to B can be considered as a quadrilateral, which is a trapezium actually. So here we will see A, B, C, D will be giving the area value of the displacement that the object has actually traversed. So let us try to find. So here displacement or the distance, both can be correct, will be equal to area of A, B, C, O. So this area of ABCO can be calculated as, this can be represented using S, area of ADB So area of the ABCO can be written as area of triangle ABD plus area of triangle, area of rectangle, which one? ABCO. So, area of triangle 1 by 2 base into height, area of rectangle base into, length into breadth, very easy. That can be written as 1 by 2. Base means AD, height means BD. Height means perpendicular distance or altitude. Plus area of rectangle ADCO, AD into DC. DC. Now you tell the values. 1 by 2. AD means OCN, that is equal to T into BD means total V and this much is U. So BD will be V minus U plus AD means again T, DC means U. From the previous equation we can write 1 by 2T and V minus U will be equal to AT using the previous equation plus UT. How we are using this in the short you can see here. Since V equals U plus AT. So from here V minus U equals AT. That we have used here. Now that can be written as 1 by 2 AT square plus UT. What is here on the right hand side? S. So that can be written as S equals UT plus 1 by 2 AT square. This is the second relation how to prove. So in a short I am explaining again that if we have to find the position time relation, so for that we have taken the area of the path enclosed, area of the curve enclosed, that is a graph. So what we have done here, we have found the area of ABCO. So area of ABCO can be calculated as finding the area of ABD, the triangle, and ADCO, the rectangle. Area of triangle 1 by 2 base into height, area of rectangle length into breadth. Both I have used here. One, the important point that I am writing here with a star, that at this moment you have to use the previous equation, equation 1. Using that you have to write the value of V minus U as AT. Then you will be able to prove this relation. This one was the second equation of motion or second relation of motion. Next we will go for third one, and that is known as the velocity position relation or position velocity relation. Let us see how to prove it. So, as I have told here, that the distance or displacement can be found by finding the total area enclosed. So, we will write area, displacement or distance. Both are same for linear motion. What? Area of ABCO. So as I have explained in the previous term in the same video, that this is a trapezium. So in the previous equation while proving we have divided into two fragments. Which were they? They were a rectangle and this triangle. Here we have to take it complete trapezium. This we have to take as a complete trapezium. Let us see. What is the area of trapezium? 1 by 2 sum of parallel sides into perpendicular distance between between them. That can be written as 1 by 2. Sum of parallel sides. Which are the sides being parallel here? See, OA and CB. So we will write here OA plus CB, and the perpendicular distance, that is OC or AD. That can be written as 1 by 2. OA means U. CB means V. Into AD means T. Again, we will go for the equation first. What was that? V equals U plus AT. Can you tell me from here T will be equal to? T will be equal to V minus U upon A. So that can be written as 1 by 2 U plus V into V minus U upon A. Now 1 by 2A. 1 bracket A plus B, 1 bracket A minus B. What will you call it? B square minus A square. So V square minus U square. Right hand side we have S. This implies 2AS equals V square minus U square, or V square equals U square plus 2AS. This is the third equation. Correct? So in a short, I am explaining again that we have to prove it, means the third relation, by taking it as a complete trapezium. The formula to calculate the area of a trapezium is 1 by 2 base into height. Sum of parallel sides into perpendicular distance between them. Here OA and CB are the parallel sides, and the perpendicular distance between them can be considered as AD or OC. That we have written here, then we have proved it. And at the place of star, you can see again we have used the first equation. Which one was that? V equals U plus AT. From the T value we have found as V minus U upon A. That we have used here. Here we have used one identity that you have studied in class 8th. Which one was that? A minus B and A plus B, when being multiplied, they give the square difference, that is A square minus B square. The same we have used here, and we have found the relation. So this one was these were the three equations of motion. They were proved using the graph. Which graph? Velocity time graph. Which type of graph? It is showing the uniformly accelerated motion. So that's all for this equation and proving of equations of motion. Next we will go for the questions based on these equations of motion. Now the exercise, the example I am seeing. Now the example 8.5 you can see from your textbook. A train starting from rest attains a velocity of 72 km per hour in 5 minutes. Assuming that the acceleration is uniform, find first the acceleration and the second the distance traveled by the train for attaining this velocity. So here if you pay attention to the words of the question, it is given a train is starting from rest. Whenever a train is starting from rest, or any object, any vehicle is starting from rest, its initial velocity will be 0. What was the initial velocity? 0. What is final velocity? 72 km per hour. And it takes time equals 5 minutes. They are asking first what was the acceleration. Second, they are asking how much distance it has covered. Correct? Before you are going to solve, you must think the units. The units must be in the same metric system. Here you can see it is in kilometer per hour. The time is given in minutes. So either you can change it into hours, or you change it into meter per second, and this also change into meter per into second. So this method will be more easy. Whenever you are given any velocity in kilometer per hour, multiply by 5/18 to get it into meter per second. How it is 5/18, that I will be explaining in some other video, that you will be informed later. Time will be 5 minutes, that is 5 into 60 seconds. That will be equal to 300 seconds. So what is the raw information given to you? You are given U as 0, V as 20 meter per second, and time as 300 seconds. First question is A, means acceleration you have to find. How can you find? Which equation you will use? So we will go for first equation of motion. V equals U plus A T. This implies A equals V minus U upon T. Can you tell me V? That is 20. U is 0. Time is 300. So that will be 1/15 meter per second square. This will be 1/15 meter per second square. This is the acceleration. First result. Second, which equation we can use? V square minus U square equals 2AS. This implies S equals V square minus U square upon 2A. What is V here? V is equal to 20 square. U is 0. 2 into 1/15. 400 into 15 upon 2 equal to 3000 meter or 3 kilometer. This is the second answer. This was the distance. Correct? This was the method how to solve two questions. One exercise question I am taking. Question 1. Question 1 from question section, page 109. A bus starting from rest moves with a uniform acceleration of 0.1 meter per second square for 2 minutes. Find the speed acquired and the distance traveled. Let us try to solve it. First, page number 109. This is question series. The bus is starting from rest, so obviously U will be 0. What is the final velocity? Not given. Attains a uniform acceleration. Acceleration is 0.1 meter per second square, and time is given as 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That can be written as 120 seconds. What are they asking? Find the speed acquired. So speed can be found. A part we are going to solve. V equals U plus AT. From here, V equals 0 plus 0.1 into 120. So that is 12 meter per second. This will be the speed acquired by the bus. The first solution. Second part. What is the distance traveled? So you know V square minus U square equal to 2AS. From here, V is